Hey guys, so this is officially my very first vlog of off-roading in Silverton, Colorado, in the mountains, San Juan Mountains, Rocky Mountain Range. You know, I've been in Colorado for a while. It's been probably now pushing almost 2 weeks, and I haven't actually recorded anything like this like I did in Moab for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, as you see right behind me, or actually all around me, the weather is just, it's like I have to catch glimpses of sunshine, and it's been so incredibly difficult for me to find something of a break in the weather to actually film anything. And so the second thing is that it is cold as a mother trucker. I can't even, like, honestly, at the bottom of the mountain it was 43. On top here, ooh, it was so frigid that this morning my car was actually covered in ice. I'm not quite sure what to show with respect to the same way I was in Moab, because the vastness of space isn't quite the same. Here, believe it or not, for in terms of off-roading, you could basically have like a 3-hour adventure and get your fix of off-roading. So you start off in Silverton, you pick a trail, you do the trail, and you come back to Silverton in about 3 hours, unless of course you start doing those longer ones. So right now I'm in Cinnamon Pass. Elevation is 12,640 feet. Oh my goodness. So, and by the way, this is not one of the highest peaks I've been on. I've been on 12.8. I think I've been to 13,000 or so. I don't know about that. But most of them have been like 12.5 to 13,000 range. And I've noticed a certain pattern. The further away you go from Silverton and Ouray, the more Arctic tundra that you get, void of vegetation. Nonetheless spectacular, don't get me wrong, but just completely frigid. Oh my god, it is so windy. It is usually really, really cold. There's snow everywhere. So for reference, we're almost at the end of, oh goodness, sorry for the camera shake. Here, I'm gonna put it in my pocket. My hands are so cold that they're actually shivering. My body is shivering, my hands are shaking. So this is like end of June, right? And there's still snow. It just doesn't melt. Now, here's another little thing. We still get snow every single day. We get snow, we get hail. It is crazy. It goes from snow to hail to rain to snow to hail to rain. So, yeah, there's that. Whew. So this is one of the passes. I'm hoping, I haven't filmed the other ones because I've been like pushing it, hoping for sunny weather. It keeps getting worse. But I've been told that apparently the weather is supposed to turn for the best, or for better, rather. And all of this goes away. I hope so. I hope to be able to share this kind of stuff with you, because I did see quite a few really gorgeous, things. I should mention this. My priority isn't to vlog. My priority is to film as much as I can. So every single time there's a break in the weather, I'm grabbing my 4K camera, I'm grabbing my drones, I'm grabbing my, my cameras are filming 24/7 basically. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna piecemeal out of the weather break something manageable. So if we go that way for reference, that's towards Lake City. It's almost like 30 plus miles of this, right? And so what I've noticed what I've noticed is here, I'm just gonna go like this because it's just what I've noticed is that you don't really have to go that far. You know, I'd like to be able to actually go to Lake City. I don't think I will go to Lake City unless the weather turns for the best. Like, let's just say it becomes like 80 degrees. I just don't see myself spending time, honestly. There's lots of wildlife out here. Tons of little, look at this guy. Tons of these, some sort of really fat chipmunks. And then there's about, I still haven't figured out what those are. They're either prairie dogs by the million, or they're groundhog by the million, or there's some other marsupial animal that looks like a prairie dog or a beaver. I mean, they're fat, they're very fluffy, they have long bushy tail. I see them like everywhere, right? So until I learn otherwise, I'm gonna keep calling them prairie dogs because they like to stand up like this. That's him chirping in the background over there. Oh, he's over there. Keeping an eye on things. And they're not afraid of vehicles either. They're usually like right next. I mean, I have been largely unsuccessful in being able to grab my camera to actually film them because I'm constantly, going over the bumps and stuff. But I'm hoping that once I'm done filming every single trail, I'm gonna have far more flexibility to losing my breath. Sorry, that's another side effect of being out here at this altitude. I'm from Florida, where elevation is basically zero. I think my house sits at about 143 feet elevation. It's about 30 meters off the ocean floor for those using metric system. Here it's 12,640. My campsite is at 9,500. It's been really difficult to breathe. You would think that being here for a couple of weeks, you acclimate. No, you don't. My cat is having difficulty breathing for two reasons. One is the altitude, and two is he's still coming off that Moab fiasco. I hope it's not permanent, honestly, because I'm gonna feel like a horrible human being for the rest of my life if it's permanent. I'm really hoping that because I'm having difficulty breathing, that he has equal difficulty breathing because of the altitude, not because of something, I've been reading up on heat exhaustion and heat stroke, and they are talking about organs shutting down, respiratory issues and stuff like that. But I mean, I've done every kind of remedy that was listed there, so I'm hoping that it's just the altitude. It is also really, really, really cold. Unbelievably cold. I've mentioned this in prior videos. I'm like, I have no idea how those people live out here. This is middle of summer. It's June 27th, I think, or 8th, or whatever. For crying out loud. 43 degrees on the bottom of the mountain. 39 when I left my RV. And it was even colder before that. I mean, come on. No wonder all those trails are closed. Now, mind you that this here is lower in elevation than Imogene and Black Bear passes. So, whew. Alright, let me catch my breath. I'm gonna start heading down. It's supposed to rain, it's supposed to hail. I've been hailed on every single day that I've been here. I have videos that I'm gonna save on my phone. I've been taking them, so I have to copy them to my laptop as well. Snow, hail, rain, snow, hail, rain, a little bit of sunshine. So what I'm finding is I'm not particularly fond of certain peaks. Okay, like every peak has its own character. Like yesterday I went to the Stony Pass and it was gorgeous. Gorgeous with a capital G. Like legit gorgeous. Cinnamon Pass, well, I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it's certainly not gorgeous. I think it's because it's void of this kind of thing that you would expect to see out here, you know. It has bits and pieces of it, you know, like if I pan the camera this way, you start seeing rocky cliff sides and things like that, but it just doesn't have that zing to it, if anything. And I think for the effort that it takes to actually drive out to places like this, you know, some of it could be forgone. If you don't make it out to every single peak, well, fine. But you know what? That's kind of the reason why I've been filming every single trail that I've been on, so that people know. Engineer Pass is beyond there-ish. It's like somewhat difficult to get to. The road is completely rutted out. The views are actually quite great on the top. Not so much coming up. They're gorgeous coming down. Coming up is like and again, Engineer Pass is I think it's like 26 miles to Lake City. A lot of people do this loop. They take Cinnamon Pass and then Engineering Pass after visiting Lake City, or vice versa. You could do it like you know. Stony Pass is far more visually appealing, I'm guessing, than I've seen so far. You know, like I said, if the weather changes and if I have a weekend to dedicate to that kind of thing, and I've already done Imogene and Black Bear, and yeah, I'm gonna do the full shebang. But because of this weather, oh my gosh, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start heading down, and there's a few more trails I'd like to do, or at least one, hopefully a few, before it starts raining. Weather is coming in. It's starting to blanket things all over again. As a matter of fact, driving through Silverton, I could barely see over my hood. And then there was this clearing which allowed me to climb up here. And, you know. Alright. Before my hands fall off, I'm gonna conclude here. And I'll see you in another spot.